From a nursery to a retirement home, Chelsea, yeah, they are one hilarious football club. I will tell you that. I will tell you that. Danny Welbeck, Jordan Henderson, Granit Xhaka, yeah, all they need really is players like Bolo Zenden if he's still about. Asamoah Gyan. Bring that party back. Why not? Why not? Listen, man, we're gonna have a little rap about Chelsea and the kind of direction I feel that they're looking like they're trying to head in under Xabi Alonso. Obviously, the talk about Danny Welbeck, about Jordan Henderson as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Is it smart business or is this just another cry for help for Chelsea? Let me know and let's get straight into it. Yeah, so listen, look, for me personally, listen, forget the players for 2 seconds, right? Forget the ability of the two players that, of course, we've got Danny Welbeck, we've got Jordan Henderson, right? Because I know everybody will focus on these two specifically. For me, when I'm looking at things like this, I'm looking at it as you've got a clear plan. You're a club at this current moment in time who haven't been doing well. Let's keep it a buck. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, they've got their Club World Cup, and listen, fantastic, won that, all of that. But when we're talking overall, in the last few seasons, Chelsea have not really been doing that well. You can kind of see last season they finished 10th. Before that, it was 4th, 6th, 12th. They were, I mean, this is the Chelsea. I remember third, fourth, kind of third, in those kind of positions. But again, not really challenging, not really up there, not really doing anything of note, and that's obviously a far cry from the kind of Chelsea that we know, the Chelsea that I say that we grew up on. I mean, I grew up on the 90s Chelsea, but if we're talking the Roman Abramovich kind of era, that Chelsea, you just looked at them and they just looked like a club that were, yeah, we're just winners. But no matter the cost, we are winners. Whether it means we've got to buy X amount of players, whether it means we've got to sack, the best manager in the club's history, rehire him and then sack him again, it doesn't matter. That's exactly what we're going to do. And I think obviously Abramovich obviously obviously leaving and then just everything just kind of going to shits, if we're being totally honest when it does come to Chelsea. But when we're just looking specifically, at both Danny Welbeck and Jordan Henderson, look, like I said, for me, it's not so much about the players themselves, right? Danny Welbeck, I actually think is actually a decent signing. If you're talking about getting him on a 1 to 2 year deal at max, but let's just say it's a 2 year deal just to kind of, you know, just to be fair, right? You're getting him in on a 2 year. You're talking about a player who has scored goals in the Premier League, especially as of recently, especially since turning 30. I don't know what it is. I don't know what he's done. I don't know how he's keeping himself so fit. And yes, he's not playing all the time. He's not starting all the time, but coming off the bench, starting in certain games for Brighton, you can see the kind of quality is there. He's easier to be able to understand as to why Chelsea would need him. Chelsea don't have any good strikers apart from Joao, Pedro, and that's about it. Liam Delap, rubbish. I think that's how it, Omega, or whatever his name is. Don't know too much about him, so I'm not going to speak on him too much. Mark Guiu, formerly of Barcelona, again, a poor signing. Nico Jackson, I don't know what they're going to kind of do with him. It sounds like they probably want to try and let him go if possible. So yeah, they're lacking in that department, and there isn't like there's not a massive depth of like quality strikers out there who are just available, who are not going to cost you a pretty penny. So especially when you're not in Europe this season, you're a team that's still building, as I, showed you guys just a second ago. When you're looking at the league table, this is Chelsea at this current moment in time. You're a very inconsistent football club in general. Forget even the team, just the club in general is very inconsistent. You don't really know whether they're coming or whether they're going. You don't know if they're a team that's trying to challenge or they're a team that's trying to build, or are they a team that's trying to win now? Obviously, Chelsea fans, they'll be able to tell me, you know what I mean, better. But I guess they look at it and think, yeah, we're still that club of under Jose Mourinho, under Roman Abramovich. When we bring in the Carlo Ancelotti's, whether we bring in whoever, we're here to win. And I get that. I totally get that. And I understand why they would think that. But ultimately, you're not that. The reality is, and the facts is, you're this kind of club. You're a club that, like I said, we don't really know whether you're coming or you're going. You've done this whole especially under Clear Lake, signing all of these young players, they're going to do this, and yeah, we sell this guy for profit. Listen, the business side, I can't speak to it. I don't know enough about Chelsea's business and everything like that. But when we're just talking about from a club aspect in terms of the ambition, what is the ambition? What is the goal? What is the project? Like, what is it you're trying to do? And I feel when you are, looking at players like this, yes, again, quality wise, Danny Welbeck, we can speak for. Jordan Henderson, I hear it. Do you know what I mean? I can understand why, Chelsea fans might be a little bit like, what's kind of going on here? They did obviously try to get someone like Granit Xhaka in. Don't know what happened there, but it doesn't look like he's going to be joining Chelsea this summer. So I can understand what Xabi Alonso is trying to do. Maybe they are really backing the manager. I mean, it's a really good manager that they've got in. This is a manager who's going to get them playing some decent football. Is going to get them structured in a way that I feel that will allow for them to win a lot more matches than they have won in the previous few seasons, right? So the manager side of thing, I think, is going to be fine. Tactics side of thing, I think they'll be able to get it once he obviously brings in a few other players. But also, I think when you look at Chelsea, I don't know what their average age is, but I'm going to assume he didn't feel that the club and the team had enough experience within the squad. And I think if you can go out there and sign two players who are massively experienced, two players who have played Champions League football before, played for England, been in the Premier League a very, very long time, I think it can only help and it can only bode well for Chelsea. I can't see that being would I say, bad thing. I think people are looking at it too literal. Oh, we've signed Danny, or if they sign Danny Welbeck, if they sign Jordan Henderson, oh, this is going to hamper. It's not going to hamper anything. I promise you, Chelsea fans, this ain't going to hamper anything. Yeah, Jordan Henderson especially. He ain't going to hamper anyone else in your midfield. He is more, I guess, going to be in that kind of role of what I guess he did for England, during the World Cup, where it's just more, we need that voice, we need that experience, we need this around the changing room. We need someone who's going to be able to G up the players. We need a winner. John Henderson's a winner. Don't ever get that twisted. He's more of a winner than anyone else in that Chelsea team. I tell you that for free. Did you get what I'm trying to say? So we're talking about a guy who's led his teams to Premier League titles, to Champions League titles. That's not something that you lightly turn down. Now, like I said, I totally understand when we're then talking about, would I say, like the quality and things like that. I do get it. I totally do understand, from that kind of point of view. But there's not that many of those kind of players out there. I'm not hearing many other names that you could go out there and sign for basically nothing. I don't know many. There probably are players out there. And again, it's not my job to go and find that. That's down to the recruitment and everything like that. But you're bringing in this kind of quality potentially, if obviously these deals obviously go through in the next couple of days. At the time of this video, it hasn't. But if you're going to bring in these kind of players, to me, it bodes well. And it shows, I think the biggest thing for me is it shows a level of clarity. And I think as fans, we can want what we want. We all want different types. If we ask 10 different fans of 10 different teams, right? And you ask them each, like, oh, what kind of player do you want to sign? Or who do you want to sign? You're probably going to get 8 to 9 different answers. A couple of people obviously might have the same answer, but most are going to have different answers because everyone's got a whole different vision as to what it is that they're trying to do or what they want to see, playing for their football club. So when you see things like this, yes, don't take it so literal. It's probably the best way I can put it. Don't take these as like literal, oh my goodness, these are the time. No. You're bringing in something different, something that it's very difficult to sign. It's very difficult. Like there's not many 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 million pound players who have the experience of playing in the Premier League, who have the experience of winning trophies at the top end of things, have experience playing for big clubs. It's very difficult trying to sign those kind of players. So if you can get those kind of players, yes, I get it, the age and everything like that. But look past that. Once you look past that, you'll start to see, okay, we're doing something here. Again, I'm not saying Jordan Henderson's here to play 38 games next season for Chelsea. Of course not. Danny Welbeck, the exact same. But what I am saying is that these are the type of players that you can bring in. These are the type of players that you can have in and amongst those youngsters, help them in the training ground. Something I don't really see at Chelsea, at this current moment in time with the current players. You've got a lot of talented players in there, but they lack a lot of experience. And I think that's something that Chelsea fans, from what I've seen, have been complaining about over the last kind of few years and few seasons. So yeah, for me, look, it's one of them. I'm not looking at these two signings and saying, oh my goodness, yo, Danny Welbeck and Welbeck maybe, actually, to be fair, but I'm definitely not looking at them as a pairing and saying, oh, yo, this is brilliant, like they're sick players. No, I'm not looking at it like that. I'm looking at it in the context of Chelsea, where they've been at, where they're kind of trying to go, what they've kind of got on the horizon next season, with Xabi Alonso. And then, we can kind of see, oh, so this is the plan. Oh, so this is what you're trying to do. Oh, so this is how you're trying to kind of move, with the kind of new manager and everything. So yeah, I would say for Chelsea fans, like, I wouldn't be panicking at this moment in time. I wouldn't be moaning about it. Again, it's not been done yet at the time of this video. So for all I know, they don't even sign these kind of players. But I do think it's interesting. And I still look at these as smart signings. I think it shows that you're thinking as a football club. Before, you wasn't. I'm sorry. Like, Chelsea have been a joke. Like, let's keep it a buck. They've been a joke. You've been a joke of a football club for a few seasons now. Do you even know what it is you're trying to do? You can give all the excuses under the sun that you want, but yeah, it looks embarrassing from the outside looking in. So these kind of deals, to me, it makes you seem a lot more serious than trying to go out there and sign every freaking championship manager, football manager, wonder kid that you can possibly find. This shows that we're really backing the manager. We believe in the project, or we believe in what he's trying to do. This is what he needs for the time being. Remember, time being. Yeah, these ain't 6-year deals and whatever. No, time being, and then we can progress and then get Chelsea back up to where they need to kind of be at. So yeah, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. But I would love to know, Chelsea fans, the thoughts, even other fans, just in terms of when you see this. Is for me, like I said, it's about the clarity for me. Like, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd look at this and I'd understand immediately. Like, well, to me, I think I understood straight away when I see these kind of deals and these kind of conversations. I'm like, oh, I get it. I get what you're trying to do. I feel like as a fan, that's all you can really ask for. Did you get what I mean? Like, what else can I ask for? Yes, I want Kylian Mbappe and Michael Elise. Yeah, okay, cool. We all want them. All right, you ain't getting them. Did you get what I'm trying to say? So let's leave that at the door. Let's try and think as to what is a way to help our club build. Yes, we all want instant gratification, but we're not going to receive that. How can we get it in, I guess, a longer format? This might be the way for Chelsea. But let's wait and see. Let me know your thoughts. Keep the same energy. Stay blessed. And I'll catch you guys real soon.